In this episode, we are discussing role-playing games, magazines, and board games magazines. Be with me. Hello, this is Ignacy Czech, Portal Games. This is Portal Games vlog, last week of me vlogging for you. And today we have to discuss magazines because things happened today. I started the whole company, you already know, in 1999 with this epic Portal role-playing games magazine, issue number 1. How many pages? 152 pages. It was absolutely epic and insane. It was so funny.
You plan what? You think somebody will be...
This is the first issue, and this is how I started. I always dreamed about working in a newspaper, doing magazines, being editor, writing articles. That was my dream come true. So I came up with this idea for making a role-playing games magazine, and we were doing this since 1999. And second copy, 1999 looks Warzone. Do you remember the game? Very popular in Poland. We had it at and then some manga. Amazing. And we were issue after issue after issue after issue for many years. Polish edition of Legend of the Five Rings was these are the ads. This is the actual magazine, and we were doing amazing stuff. And I remember this period as one of the most epic moments of my life. We had no money. It was absolutely not bringing any revenue, but we had so much joy and brainstorming and designing these new articles and coming with the ideas for the issue. And here, look at this. We have here Andrzej Sapkowski, writer for Witcher, and John Wick, a writer for Legend of the Five Rings. So we had the articles by them in the issue. And I remember us being super young and brainstorming and doing this jam session, coming up with these ideas for the magazine. And out of this magazine, we had a couple of super talented people who then later made amazing careers. One of the most epic careers is that in one of these issues, I don't remember in which one, but rather later than earlier, the article for us was written by a very young dude. He wrote for Call of Cthulhu, some adventures. Now he is a super famous writer in Poland, and his novels were bought by HBO, Be With Me, and this is one of the biggest TV shows in Polish, HBO, and this guy was debuting in my magazine many years ago. And I had so many other talented people working for us, and here is the ad for Necropunk. This is before we did Neuroshima, we were writing Necropunk. And these are the years, which year it is, 2002 and 2000, you are scared? 2002 and more, and this is last issue was released in 2003 November. We are saying goodbye and closing the magazine. So this is a history of 3 or 4 years of me and Michael Oracz in creating the super big, as you can see, super thick magazine for inexperienced players. It was like a gamers version, very interesting articles. But then, of course, I couldn't stand. After closing this magazine, I couldn't stand, so we found a new magazine. It was called The Star Pirate. And this one was opposite to this. This was expensive for experienced players, very serious, super boring, very good stuff, but not for casual players. This one was opposite. It was funny, short, very sleek, lots of news, lots of interviews. This is the beginning of the internet, so we were finally able to create a good news section, checking in the internet what's new. We were able to do interviews with the foreign designers and publishers because there was emails finally. So it was a brand new energy, brand new ideas, and the whole magazine costed 5 Polish zloty, which is a very interesting price because it was 1 coin. 5 Polish zloty is a 1 coin, so you were able to go to the store and for the 1 coin buy a magazine. It was monthly magazine, and in each magazine we had news from the role-playing industry and reviews, some adventures. This is the times of look at this D20, so Dungeons & Dragons third edition D20, third edition, and Neuroshima articles. And here we have the cover by Tomasz Jędruszek, Morano, then later working for Fantasy Games. And this magazine was running for a couple of years, maybe 2, We released many issues, and then things changed, and we made this magazine as a e-magazine, and it became free. We were releasing it as an e-magazine, as a PDF for free for many years. It was supporting for our Neuroshima Tactics, it was supporting for our Neuroshima Hex, it was supporting our board games, and for years and years we are doing a version in a PDF. But that is not all, because when I was done with Portal, when I was done with Star Pirate, of course I had to come with the idea for the next magazine. The next magazine was called The World of Board Games, and as you can see, once again, a ton of magazines. Here I was only publisher, I was not editor-in-chief. Here I was editor-in-chief, and here I was editor-in-chief. Here I was only publisher, but of course I was super involved and super excited about the thing. This is the first issue of the magazine. As you can see, Key Largo from Mike Selinker and Bruno Faiduti as a cover story for the magazine. At the very beginning it was black and white on budget, but then later the next issues full color, interviews, essays, feuilletons, amazing stuff. At some point we even had promo items, so each magazine was in shrink because there was some promo tiles, promo cards, promo boards for different board games. It was a great time, and as always, at some point we had to shut it down, and I miss this dearly, this magazine. That beginning of Portal Games, beginning of me working in the industry, I had no clue what I was doing with Michael Orad. It was terrible budgeting, terrible design, terrible layout, far too early for the role-playing game magazine in Poland of this genre, I would say, like a difficult one. Then this one, it was the most promising. It was cheap, it was fun, it was sleek, it was selling pretty okay. But because we wanted to be more fancy and more modern, we decided let's shut down the paper version, let's do the e-version. And this e-version, as I said, was working for a couple of years. And this one was too early again. This is what was the year? I don't remember what was the year, but it was many years ago. It was far before before a release of growth of the market in Poland. We can deduct the year by looking at the games. So this is the year when we are reviewing Shogun from Queen Games. This is the year when we are reviewing Space Dealer. This is the year when we are reviewing Through the Desert, and we are reviewing Power Grid. So old times. And the new game is Pillars of the Earth. Pillars of the Earth is a new stuff. So it is like 2007, I guess. My bet. And Hermagor, good game, good old game. And the Key Largo as a cover story. 2006. Ha! I was almost right. So 2007. A farm, it is like 13 years ago. The market was not there. We were excited. We were believing that this is the moment to start a magazine about board games. We hope that it is the moment to make it, but it was too early. So the sales for the magazine, as you can see, it was doing well for 2 or 3 years, but it was still too early. If I do this magazine right now, it will be selling like crazy. But back then it was too early. Look at this. Rebel PL is before Rebel Games was bought by Asmodee. They were just a web store in Poland. Why I'm discussing the old magazines I was doing for years? Because today we are releasing Moloch Monthly. You can find it on our website. This is true. portalgamesus.com, and this is Ignacio once again becoming editor-in-chief. Once again believing that the journalism and press and newspapers is awesome, and I'm absolutely super excited. So yes, this week we are shutting down the vlog. I told you that either it will explode, either I will look for the different ideas, and these different ideas is a magazine about board games. This first issue is rather short, all less than 40 pages. It's 36, I think. So almost 40 pages, some game designer journals, contest, top 10, interview, fine interesting stories. We have an interview with Rob Deview, so it's a masterpiece to read it. But this is just the beginning. I want to invite all of you who want to have a board game magazine, who want to read about board games every month. You can join us, you can write email to us. In the magazine there is the contact info. Reach me if you want to help with this magazine. Doing some interesting photos, doing interesting materials in written form. If you want to help us proofread the magazine, we are starting another journey. I did Portal, I did Star Pirate, I did World of Board Games, and now I'm doing Moloch Monthly. One issue per month. The first issue released today, and I'm super eager to hear your feedback about this another crazy idea from Ignace. That's all for today. Thank you for amazing comments under the previous video. This preview vlog didn't have much views because the topic was not super exciting. What your mother did not teach you. People don't want to know it. But those of you who watched the video, the feedback was amazing, so I super appreciate that, all the nice words. I hope it will help you navigate in the internet for upcoming years. So as always, thumbs up, comments about the newspapers and board game magazine, read, download and read Moloch Monthly, and see you tomorrow.